into the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, and the Washington Redskins. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And, right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing is Newton. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Newton. This is caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Here's Haskins. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Haskins gets this to Reed. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On second down, Love. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tim Williams coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Haskins to throw it. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get through.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. This is Love. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Now Newton on 1st down. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Complete. Smith has it. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Running to start the drive is Love. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. The shotgun snap for Newton. The open man is Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 1st down, Drake. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. From the 17, Newton. It's complete to Drake. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. On first and 10, Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Haskins. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it.
And Brandon, the passing. Might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
On first down, it's Newton. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So now Cam facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
You heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try to get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on first down, Drake again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
On first down, here's Love. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A big pickup of 38.
You know, I have to be really happy after that play. The offensive line. To be able to create space in that situation when everything's jammed in and everyone knows you're going to run it, that's a big time.
Yeah, because you're probably just thinking, hey, let's get to the 4 or 5 and get some breathing room, right?
That's all you're asking for. That's all your punter's asking for. Instead, he's not necessary now.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Love. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a quick pass to Richardson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs him.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15. I'm going back to you.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Complete. Richardson has it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. They stay on the ground with Drake. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, man, fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson.
That's it, baby.
3/4 have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Haskins on 1st down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
That's right,
On first down, Drake trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And an alley to run. Cam Newton all alone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, 47 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Haskins to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Right back to Drake, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And, boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete.
Well, with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers' defense
off the way it's gone throughout the day, and it's gone awfully well for them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rashad Golden. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey, check.
And an alley to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometime.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Tim Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.